Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Jada is back. Welcome back. What's that guy's name? Jada Kiss. It's not Jada Kiss, it's somebody else. So I'm back, guys. I'm back because I couldn't stay here for more than 3 months without seeing you guys. I'm back because I love doing this. And some of you guys like watching me, so today I am back from almost a 3-month hiatus. I got married, I moved to the UK, I'm back in Johannesburg, but most importantly, I'm here to shoot a get ready chit chat so that I can discuss with you guys how I nearly died because of dieting and stress. So if you want to save yourself, stay tuned, make sure to watch, subscribe, follow, like, and comment below. If you want to get a hold of me, you can find me on all other social media platforms. I'm on Snapchat, but I don't really use it anymore since Instagram has basically taken over the need for Snapchat. I'm on Instagram and I'm also on Twitter, but I don't really have much to say. I'm scared to comment on Twitter in case I get roasted. Know what I mean? So I'll comment once in a while. But because I haven't seen you guys since I got married, I've got cheers. Let's get into it, guys. So the look I'm going to be doing today is a really like bomb ass red and gold eye. I saw it on this lady called Jody, and I'll insert her picture over here. So let's get into it. Oh, the palette I'm going to be using for today is the Magic by Juvia, and because I said red right, I'll be using the color Koji. Right, so what happened? So let me start from the beginning. About 4 months ago, I decided that I needed to lose weight for my wedding. I was getting married in April and I had gained a lot of weight since I wasn't really like, I'm not really an active person. I was before on Slender Wonder, and I really enjoyed the effect Slender Wonder had on my body. I think when I was on Slender Wonder, I lost a crap load of weight, over 10 kilograms. And I wanted to do the same thing again for the wedding. So, oh, my powder's falling on my face. So what I did is I researched my doctor, and I found out that she had increased her prices and she was getting really expensive. So what I decided to do was I spoke to a friend of a friend who told me about a guy, a doctor who also does the same thing, but he is less labor intensive. He's less labor intensive, and all you have to do is like send him the money and he will send you the medication. I've done Slender Wonder before, so I'm all right with injecting myself with medication. That's, for me, it's not a big deal. So I started the weight loss journey. It was quite slow in the beginning, but then I added intermittent fasting to the weight loss journey, and I started dropping a lot of weight. I think in total, the day I got married, I had dropped a total of like 15 kilograms. All I had to do was to call this guy and tell him, listen, I'm out of stuff. He would give you appetite suppressants, he'd give you the HCG shot, and he would give you vitamins. So I was, you know, taking all the vitamins, the shot every morning, and ignoring the side effects that I was starting to get. So I was starting to get some minor side effects. Oh, this is a bit purple, and this made my thing purple. So I was getting minor side effects, like if I stood up too quickly, I would feel a bit lightheaded, and if I sat down, it was difficult for me to get up. But I pushed on through because, you know, nobody wants to be the chubby girl on her wedding day. So I pushed on, and I was loving the results. I would literally get on the scale one day, and the next day I would be like, I'd be 500 grams lighter, which is incredible. So then after the wedding, so I'm having all these side effects, but I'm pushing through it. And once I have the shot and the vitamins, I'm feeling all right. So after the wedding, I decide that I'm going to stop taking them and just detox my body whilst I'm in London. So whilst I'm in London, I'm not on them, and then I start feeling even more side effects, and I'm thinking maybe it needs me to take the medication. But now I don't want to take the medication because I'm trying to now do things a natural way and stick to my intermittent fasting. When I tell you I got really sick, I started to have the shakes. I started to shakes as in always having tremors. I started to have really dry eyes. My eyes were like dry all the time. My heart rate was beating really fast. And I'm wetting my brush. My heartbeat was beating really fast. And I just wasn't feeling like myself. In the morning when I woke up, I felt like I had not slept at all. Like, super tired. I'm wetting my brush because I want to intensify the red on the eye. Right, anyway, so when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling super tired. I'm not feeling like myself. Eventually, I say to my husband, you know, because you know, I just got married. I say to my husband, I think I'm gonna go to the doctor. After about a week of fighting my instinct, the voice that tells you to go to the doctor, eventually I go to the hospital. They take blood tests at the hospital. They tell me, look, it's going to take a while for the blood test to come back, so how about you go, and then if there's anything funny with your blood, we'll call you back. That was the first problem. The first problem is that I just left. I should have followed up when I didn't hear anything, just for my own sanity, because you never know. Somebody could say they're going to call you and then they don't call you. You know, somebody could say, you know, if something's wrong, we'll let you know, and they just forget about you because you're not sitting there in their face. Hi. So I assume, you know what, since they haven't called me, I must be fine. There must be nothing wrong with me. So then, about a week later, I start feeling even more sick than the way that I was already. This time I can't get out of bed. I've got a massive migraine. At some point I even thought I had meningitis. I phoned my friend. You guys have met her, Bobo, and I'm like, dude, something's not right. So she's like, how do you feel? I explained. She's like, well, if you have meningitis, you would have this and this such a symptom. I don't think that you've got it, but you know, go to the doctor because your symptoms don't sound normal. So then I decided, you know what, at the hospital they didn't help me, I'm gonna go to a GP. So I go to a GP and this nigga tells me that I've got muscle pain. And I'm like, so muscle pain is gonna cause everything that I'm having. It just doesn't make sense, you know? I want a darker red just in the corner. So I'm gonna go with my very dirty Morphe palette 35N, and I'm gonna go for this burgundy dark red. So this nigga tells me that, you know, I've got muscle pain. I go home, I'm like, listen to my husband, listen, I'm gonna go back to SA in about a week, so I think I'm just gonna wait it out because clearly I'm not getting any answers on what's wrong with me. So we agree. Then I go back to South Africa. The first thing I do when I land is to go to the doctor. I go to Fourways Life Hospital and I see a doctor, and the first thing the doctor says to me is, you are right, something is definitely not right with you. You do look like somebody who's sick. Looking at your heart rate, looking at your symptoms. I mean, as I was sitting there, I was shaking. I get all these blood tests taken and still not 100% sure what's going on with my body. She says to me, you know what, the last test we're waiting for is a tick bite fever test. So go home, take a nap, and then come back tomorrow and we'll get your results. And if the same thing happens, you're still, you know, quite negative, your results are negative, but you're still feeling sick and looking sick, then I'm going to have to admit you and do a whole lot of like more intensive tests, like taking bone marrow sample and wada. Hey, so now I'm scared because I know that taking a bone marrow sample is painful. So I go home, I decide to take a nap. When I wake up, my legs were so swollen. My heart was beating so literally out of my chest. My heart was beating out of my chest fast. And my legs were swollen from the thigh down. and I knew that something was not right. So luckily for me, my sister is a doctor, and she was coming to come and see me because she knew that I wasn't well. And when she came home, the first thing she did when she saw me was like, dude, you need to go back to the hospital. I did go back the same evening. I didn't wait for the next day to go to the hospital. I went the same night, and when I got there, the doctor on call, a different doctor was on call, and he was like, why did they even send your ass home, girl? You are sick. Whatever, something is wrong with you. Whatever it is, you need to sort it out. So luckily for me, like I said, I've got a brilliant doctor sister, and she suggested that they check my hormone levels. So lo and behold, they check my thyroid. My thyroid is insane. A normal thyroid produces something like between 25 and 50 milligrams of hormones in your body a day. Mine was something like over 200. It was insane. It was more than double. So the reason why my heart was beating so fast is because my thyroid was telling my heart to beat fast. My metabolism was sky high. Until the wedding, I had lost about 15 kilograms, and when I got sick, I dropped maybe another 5 kilograms easy. What the doctor then suggested is that what was happening to me is that the medication and stress that I was taking, but because of stress of the wedding and taking this hormone, which we're not 100% sure what it was now, I put myself in danger. I have completely trashed my thyroid. Your thyroid is an organism in your neck that produces hormones, and when you take medication that messes with your thyroid, and that's what some dodgy doctors do. So this controls this, your muscles, your mind, everything. This little thing here. So if this is swollen, it's called a goiter/thyroid, and it's overproducing stuff. So now I have been diagnosed with Graves' disease. Now my Graves' disease was brought on early because of stress and the medication that I was taking. I was admitted into the hospital because my heart was beating so fast that I was in heart failure. My heart was literally at the point where it couldn't supply the rest of my body. All because I was trying to be skinny and not do it the natural, healthy way. So I am now diagnosed with Graves' disease, and the Graves' disease generally means that my whole system of operating is broken. I can't regulate my own temperature, and I can't even have kids because that monthly cycle doesn't come when you've got thyroid issues. I'm on medication to try and sort it out, and if it doesn't get sorted out, I'm going to have to remove my thyroid and be on hormones forever. I definitely do not think that if I had known the risk that I was taking by doing all this crazy weight loss stuff, that I was going to end up like this. I am 30 years old, turned 30 this year, yeah. Want to have more kids, want to be able to live any kind of lifestyle that I wish to live, and I can't because I've completely shattered my body by doing extreme stuff instead of just doing things the way that you're supposed to do them, the healthy, natural way. So now since my thyroid is damaged, like I said, I have to take medication, but I also have to change my diet, the way that I eat. I'm gluten-free, sugar-free, iodine-free. I can't have fish because it's got a lot of iodine. I don't take a lot of gluten because the gluten affects the thyroid. Hormone-free. I now buy my meat from Jackson's Food Market in Bryanston. They have humane, hormone, GMO, steroid-free meat. And that's the only meat I can eat, because if I try to eat other meat, I will be pumping more hormones into my body that my body doesn't need. The most important lesson I think I learned in this whole experience is that sometimes you just need self-love. Sometimes you just need to be okay with what you have and how you look like. And if you are not happy and you want to change, the harder and the longer it takes, the better the results for you in the end. I completely regret doing this to my body, and now I have to live with the consequences for the rest of my life. Life isn't easy. People judge you. People aren't happy with the way they look, so they make you feel bad about the way that you look. Men are bitches too, because men also sometimes make fun of girls who've gained weight. And girls who are sometimes overweight feel stigmatized and unhappy with their lives in general because of the way that they look. If you're not confident and strong in yourself, what will happen is that you'll want to do quick fix, cheating, scams, whatever to lose weight instead of doing things the right way. And you know, I found it embarrassing at first, because you have to explain to people that, no, how did this happen? Oh, what? Yo, you nearly died. What happened? Oh, okay. It's embarrassing to have to tell people that you nearly died because you didn't want to be fat. You didn't want to lose weight the way other people lose weight. It is embarrassing. But I decided to push through the embarrassment and get on with life. Get on with my life. If I share this story, there might be a girl out there who's thinking of going to the same doctor, who's got the same underlying issue, and that doctor doesn't give a fuck about us. You know, having weight issues is not easy. So that's my story. Anyway, this is a full face I did, inspired by the picture that I put earlier on. If you enjoyed this look and you want to see more bold makeup looks from me, please make sure to subscribe, like, follow. If you want more content on my opinions on current affairs, news, make sure to tell me. I'm really glad to be sharing my story of Graves' disease and how I got it. I hope you guys learned something in terms of Graves' disease and in terms of how you can get it, and are careful in what you consume and what you take from stranger danger. You know, we teach our kids stranger danger. I should have taken my own goddamn advice. So this is platinum blonde wig. I dyed the roots, if you can take a look, purple lavender, and I faded out into the hair. This red thing is actually my makeup that I've just put on now. I need to wash it now. But thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy. That's it. Bye.